talking like we used to do. It was always me and you, shaping up and shipping out. Check me in and check me out. Do you like walking in the rain? When you think of love, do you think of pain? You can tell me what you see, I will choose what I believe. Hold on, darling, this body is yours, this body is yours and mine. Well, hold on, my darling, this mess was yours, now your mess is mine. Walking round at 8 a.m. Got 2 hours before my flight. Love be on my side tonight. You're the reason that I feel so strong, the reason that I'm hanging on. You know you gave me all the time. Well, did I give enough of mine? Hold on.
I'm my single bell, we'll share the same room. But I brought out the rail. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling? Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that I'm feeling?
Ladies and gents, please be upstanding for the arrival of the bride.
Gotta know, got to know now. Oh, oh, oh. We're the neighbor. So I throw my cards on the table. Said I wanna love you, I want to love and treat you right.
Thank you. You may now be seated. Welcome, family and friends, to this truly kick-ass location to celebrate a love like no other between Laura and Sean. My name is Tennille Nusky. I am a civil marriage celebrant, and it is my job to make sure these two people live here as husband and wife. Laura and Sean would firstly like to thank everyone for being here today, but especially thank those of you that have travelled from across the globe to be here. We hope the wine makes it worth the arduous journey. Speaking of wine, how appropriate is it that today's celebration of love starts right here in wine country, where it all began a little under 4 years ago. A mutual love of wine and attractive foreigners brought these two together. So it's no surprise that when this 6-foot-something, dark-haired, muscular Irishman offered to buy this blonde Aussie that radiated beauty and life a bottle of her favourite sparkling red, well, it was the start of a wonderful love story. So today, we celebrate a new chapter in the love story of Laura and Sean, right here where it all began in McLaren Vale. But don't be fooled, it wasn't the wine talking that day they met. But don't get me wrong, Laura was instantly won over the minute Sean played the perfect gentleman and brought her a drink. But these two souls were such a perfect fit for each other, that little glass of wine was just the catalyst for something beautiful. Well, he bought her a whole bottle, yet somehow Laura only managed one glass while Sean downed the rest. But that's what Sean loves about Laura. She's incredibly selfless. Her caring and compassionate nature means that she often puts others first, often at the expense of herself. And that caring nature is second only to the constant support she gives Sean in every one of his endeavours. Your relationship has been full of adventure and more twists and turns than a ski slope. But the one constant you've had throughout that is your love for each other. Your love for adventure is matched only by your love for each other, and it's a key pillar in your relationship. From the local camping trips in our own backyard here in South Australia, to the all-Aussie adventures and road trips along the Great Ocean Road. And let's not forget the sporting adventures, the ski slopes in Japan and Italy, or off to watch the Aussies win a rare Better Slow Cup match. It's not all adventure for these two though, and often it's the little things and small moments of simply being together that make them happy. Distance is no barrier to the strength of your relationship, and all it takes is Laura's smile or a quick whip of hilarity from Sean that make these two feel at home. Today, we're here to celebrate all those moments that have brought you to this point, and to toast all the moments that are yet to come. We raise a glass and toast a love that is so pure, sweet and tangible that it infects all those around you. I'd now like to invite Sorka, Laura's bridesmaid Ford, to recite a poem for us.
Nuair bíonn tú Seán agus Lia agus go hálainn, cúidealta, agus é crí lís an tin, chuir síos an leabhar seo, agus a lámh go máil, agus bring glóid an cuma bog. Bhí de siúla uair amháin, agus cuid scoileanna domhan. Cé bhéad grá de cúnachtáin de graise sasta, agus grá de éileacht le grá breagacht nó fear. Agus bra le fear, a bháin na hán, il trolig I de cuid féin, agus bhí grá ag a gut na brona atá, ag der trú, agus le bhleachta síos inacht leis na barí gristeach. Beag an brónach mar a the grá, agus pactálta na slábhta lústais, agus hid I gcuach I measc slú réaltaí.
Well done. So today, in the same veil that you met, the same veil where Sean proposed, and the same veil where you will say your vows, we bear witness to a truly significant moment in your lives. The thing about marriages is that they aren't created by celebrants, nor priests, nor government officials. They're created by the two people standing before us today. They're created by the small gestures, the big moments, and the promises you make to each other. And the way that we create a marriage is by exchanging some words. So let's put some words around this union that you're now making official through the exchanging of some vows. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first, yeah.
Right,
Cheers.
man.
Thank you. Laura, I promise to love and care you as much as you do for me. I will stand by you in thick and thin, and support your hopes and dreams. I believe there is no time or place that I am happier than I am by your side. I call upon the persons that here present to witness that I, Sean Michael Metcalf, take you, Laura Jane Bennett, to be my lawful wedded wife. Woo.
Sean, you are the love of my life, my best friend, and my greatest companion. I promise to continue to foster and cherish a relationship of equality, building a life and family together where we encourage and inspire each other. You are my person, my love, today and always. I call upon the persons here present to witness that I, Laura Jane Bennett, take you, Sean Michael Metcalf, to be my lawful wedded husband.
Good job, guys.
Perfect.
Ooh, that works. Coming forward now are some wedding rings. And as you exchange them today, I hope that you don't see them as an archaic tradition or a souvenir that you put on your finger. They don't represent a moment in time, but instead serve as a daily reminder that marriage isn't a party sparkler that eventually fizzes out after a pretty cool party. Remember that marriage is about the everyday. It's a daily reminder of the adventures you're going to have, a daily reminder that you have an amazing everyday marriage, and a reminder that the best is yet to come. I now invite Valentine forward for the ring.
Valentine. Valentine. Oh, lordy. Okay, so.
You take hers.
Okay, take hers. Okay, you've been a good man, Valentine.
Wait a sec. Hold it there. Hold it there. Not yet. Repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of all I possess,
of all I possess,
all that I am,
all that I am,
and all I aspire to be.
and all that I aspire to be. Meow, 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 meow. Fat, freaked out, boo boo. Sweet. Hey. Thanks, little time. That's amazing, mate. It's a good job, mate.
All right.
Ooh.
Ready? Just hold it there. Repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token
as a token
of all I possess,
of all I possess,
all that I am,
all that I am,
and all I aspire to be.
and all that I aspire to be.
Dude. Whew.
And that, my friends, is how you make a marriage. In a moment, we actually have
Oh.
a few pieces of paperwork to sign. So please
This
just
one,
wait a sec
or this one?
while we make this thing official. And join me in making a whole load of noise as I say these next few words. Laura and Sean, it is my absolute pleasure to now pronounce you both husband and wife. You may kiss your bride
Hey,
tastefully.
Look beautiful.
Thanks, babe. Love you.
I like your dress.
Thank you.
Look beautiful. Okay.
So much. Another massive round of applause as I introduce to you for the very first time, Mr. and Mrs. Metcalf.
I've been trying to do it right.
Come back when you I want to be signed.
Okay, ready guys? Everyone ready? Okay, the quicker, you look at me, the quicker you can get out. All right, ready guys? Okay, sunnies on off, a lot of sunnies, that's all right. Okay, ready guys? And let's just give big cheer to these guys, just hands up. Awesome, thank you so much. I didn't want
to. Jack. That's it, Jack. Keep it up. That's the big of us. Any words? I love you so much, Natalie. Please marry me. Next up we have the Nicole and very sexy knit tie. So, knit tie, any famous words? Nicole?
We really are the second sexiest couple here tonight. Pretty much.
Alright, that's enough of that, lads. Sorka and Val. Valentine. Put your hands together for Mr. and Mrs. Metcalf. Sexual healing.
Can you hear me back there? Okay.
Silence for Steph. Come on.
I'm just waiting because they're going to say I can't hear you and I'm going to think you're talking too much. Okay, so
Keep it down there, Todd.
it's with incredible love, joy and gratitude that I stand here to wish my beautiful daughter Laura and Sean a wonderful life together. Sean, are you listening to me? Full of happiness and joy and much laughter and lots of travel. Laura is an amazing girl who never fails to impress me with her high standards, diligence, talent for organisation and capacity to achieve in all areas of her life. Everyone who knows Laura can attest to the fact that she is extremely determined and highly motivated to succeed. There has not been a time since she was 14 when she hasn't worked part-time or full-time. Her first paid gig was as a gym coach that utilised her talents for gym and proved to be a nice little earner over the years, and also utilised her beautiful nature in nurturing and inspiring her little gymnasts to succeed. Bruce and I were just reminiscing on Laura's gap years before starting her nursing degree the other night. Not the usual aimless travel overseas, but character-building work experience in both our places of work at the time. Receptionist and all-rounder at a pharmacy group head office where I first got first-hand feedback on what a lovely girl Laura was and how competent she was. And also the most eye-opening experience any private school girl could possibly wish for at Gawler River Meets, where she was regularly exposed to drug dealing, prostitution, not herself, drug bosses, and our workforce recruited from the local ex-cons. True story.
Well done, Sean.
Bruce takes full credit for this shape-shifting experience where much soul-searching accelerated her ambitions to achieve academic success. So we want to give a hand to Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. Laura has achieved much great merit in landing her job at Repromed and unsurprisingly was recruited to a dual role that was designed especially to give her a full-time job, quite unheard of in her cohort of nurses, mostly being offered casual or contract work if they were lucky. She was uncompromising in her goals. She gently reminded those that were interested in hiring her that she too, like all those gone before, would like a job that would afford her the opportunity to be in a position to secure a mortgage one day. And to this end, she has been successful. Laura and Sean have achieved much in their time together and have made a lovely home for themselves. and made much of decorating their home, entertaining their friends and putting their stamp on their town. We always knew that Laura was bound to have an amazing wedding. Her early skills as a party coordinator become evident on the eve of her 8th birthday, her first big ever sleepover. She came to Bruce and I with very firm ideas of how the party would flow, including guest lists, choice of cake, theme Arabian Princess, detailed plans of sleeping arrangements, including layout of said attendees, neatly configured like a Tetris game. I was charged with the task of whipping up the Arabian Princess pants, bra, vest and matching hat, all without a pattern. But have no fear, I come from a long line of seamstresses. We love a good challenge. And to this end, I know that my mother Betty, who also was a brilliant soul, would be so proud of seeing Laura here today. She was also, so it's with a fond memory that I celebrate all Bettys, including Sean's mum, because I know that this moment would have been very significant for her and her family. And of course, Laura has a very green thumb for those that don't know, and she has also chosen a career as a nurse, which is quite significant in our family as well. More than anything, we knew she was on a winner when she met Sean, who swept us all off his feet. An Irish accent I love to mimic. A lover of wine, so we've heard many times tonight. A role model for young Jack. Yeah, it's worked well, hasn't it? And a passion for agriculture and engineering that has great congruency with Laura's stepdad, Bruce, who, for those who don't know, is an engineer and grew up on the family property at Cainton. Sean's secret weapon was his love for our dog, Lucy. Laura would often ring up at a moment's notice to see if it was okay to drop in and see the dog. Sean, desperate to visit Lucy, I thought for a while, who the hell is this Irish guy? I'm not going to fall for this one. But over time, he lured us into a false sense of security, thought it could find some leverage with his charming ways. Didn't take much convincing. He has stolen our hearts and Lucy's, and we love him like a son. I am especially grateful for this wonderful occasion, for the real gathering of the clans. We welcome and acknowledge the Metcalfes for travelling all the way from Ireland, the Bennett clan who have gathered together for the first time with us in many, many years, and it's been a lovely experience to see the love shared. And to the Canes, who've been a huge source of support to Laura in her upbringing. And especially I want to thank my own siblings, Jane and John, coming all the way from New Zealand. It's over 40 years since we all spent the same night in one house together for a sleepover. And it's been interesting to see if we can make it through the second night without killing each other. Our passions for overeating and drinking, beating each other half to death with board games and an appetite for practical jokes, near martial arts manoeuvres cleverly disguised as physio manipulations, and an extreme exuberance for life and love. I want to acknowledge friends that have travelled far and wide. Steph and Dennis from Coffs, Susie and Ryan for the Northern Territory, Meg from Tasmania, and that dubious green mob who have travelled from all sorts of crazy places to get here for tonight. I just want to acknowledge my good friend Steph Hunt, who's standing there, Auntie AT. I first met Steph 20 years ago, and she has been at every significant family event ever since. And it's quite an honour to have somebody who has travelled the journey with us, and so I'm very grateful that you could come. I'd also like to acknowledge the bridesmaids who I know have given Laura incredible support these past few months. Natalie, where is she? Natalie has an amazing house, has made the cake, has been an enduring source of energy and hospitality, and really been a great organiser, and Where's everyone else? Sorka, you're amazing. You've got a baby, you're a lawyer, you're Irish, and you can do it all, and you can do poems. And where's Nicole? Nicole, we've had such a fun day. The girls nearly didn't make it here. They were having so much fun dancing around the kitchen. And it's been lovely for me. I haven't been able to be here for Laura, but I know she's faced many obstacles, and I never hear the unconditional love and support that she gets from the girls, and I'm very, very grateful. But on behalf of the Bennetts, the Canes, the Keens, who else have we got? The Haywoods. We wish the newlyweds well, and it's with great love and gratitude that I can only just say that I'm just so overawed with how the days come together, and it gives me great pride to stand here today and welcome you all. So have a great night.
But next up, you're about to hear the real deal, the real Irishman. Clyde Metcalfe.
Good evening, everybody. Talk it up. My name is Clyde, for anybody who hasn't met me up to now. I have the pleasure of calling Sean, my oldest son, on behalf of myself and Betty, my lovely wife, and Sean's mother. I would like to thank you all for attending this special occasion at this beautiful venue. As you might know, the Metcalfe family, or the Metcalfes family, is very important. And our youngest son, Timmy, wasn't able to attend due to being in college. So we think of Timmy on the day. Since Sean could walk, he was a lovable rogue, as some may have and not much has changed still. Yeah, very much. From breaking glass, using a football, maybe his siblings, or his head sometimes, yeah, to lying about his no homework tonight, mammy, no, and the night before his first confession, yeah. No, mammy, no homework, yeah. No homework, yeah. Never homework. Sean was always up to some bit of mischief, yeah. We kind of know that, yeah. Beside his that behaviour, he has made us very proud. His determination and has shown through from a young age, from his achievements at athletics, football, rugby, right through to his studies and work. It wasn't long before Sean outgrew his hometown of Dunlavin and was drawn to the sunny climate of Australia. So this is where, of course, he met the lovely Laura. I'm sure we all agree that Laura looks exceptionally beautiful this evening. Laura came into our lives about 3 years ago when Sean brought her to Ireland. We were delighted to meet such a thoughtful, caring and intelligent woman whose outlook on life was similar to Sean's. Laura and her family welcomed us here to their homes last Christmas, which made our very first Christmas away from home very special. It became even more special when Sean proposed on the 28th of December to Laura. During that stay, we could tell how happy they were together. How Laura brings out the best in Sean. Laura, we are delighted to welcome you into our family. Finally, I'd like to just thank the celebrant, whom I think has gone home with us. We did talk to her.
Yeah, we call her.
For the lovely ceremony, the staff here at Paxton, for their beautiful venue, and everyone else who has helped to make this such a special occasion. Now we would like everyone to join me to raise a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs.
Colin, Harry, and the microphone over to Colin.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Ty. Never a better word for Mr. Mecca! Hey! Right, we're going to hand it back over to the Aussies, so if the Irish lads want to get the Google Translate out again. We're going to hand it over to James, Laura's brother. Yep.
No worries, I'll be Seamus today. Make it a bit easier for you. Okay, well, I'm not the kind of person who remembers their notes, nor even writes their notes before the day of. So I've entitled mine My Little Sister, a story by James Bennett. Now I can be like Mother Goose, you know, just sit down in a circle. I was almost 2 years old when my little sister was born. And I gotta say, it's a scary prospect when you stand to lose your ranking as the cutest person in the family. Mum was in labour for hours, and of course there was much concern, as with every pregnancy, but, you know, much pacing and fretting, but as you can see, obviously I never lost my #1 ranking. No, she's adorable, and she was adorable as a baby and a cute one, and to this day, a gorgeous, healthy little baby, 1 big smile, 10 little fingers, and 11 toes. I never said this was a 100% accurate story. Pages here. I think siblings are the Chinese whispers of people. Laura and I, we're close enough to realize things we inherit, one way or another, but there's enough of a contrast to appreciate all those many differences we pick up along the way. In our case, I think we share an innate capacity to hold up a decent conversation, a sociability that fools strangers into thinking respectable thoughts, and of course, we won the genetic lottery. But then again, we certainly do have our differences. Laura was born ambitious. Growing up, for her, was a matter of achieving a long list of accomplishments. Next page. Like the time we went on a family holiday to Club Med. Even before we reached the resort, she pledged to participate in every activity outlined in the brochure. And of course, she managed to tick off every single one. Meanwhile, I passed up on every activity and managed only to tick off the poor resort staff. Basically, how every holiday of ours went. To this very wedding, once again. Hello, catering staff. We all knew this about Laura, and at an earlier age, I capitalized on this to great effect. I must have only been 7 years old when I complained to Laura that I had a really bad neck and I couldn't bend over to tie my shoelaces, far too painful at the tender age of 7. But, so there she is, bent over my feet, 2/3 my age, mind you, stumbling her way through my laces while I'm catching the morning cartoons, telling her, "Get your head out of the way, get out." That was me on my way to school. And although the age gap was impossible to overcome, quickly Laura learnt that a bit of maturity would put her ahead. It wasn't exactly instantaneous. I think she saw it coming a while before it had arrived. Like that one time when returning from Sydney Harbour ghost tours, we were boasting to each other how unscared we were at all the ghosts. I claimed to her, well, of course I wasn't scared. I'm not the kind of person who believes in fairies. And she loved fairies at the time. And quickly she shot back at me, well, by the time I'm your age, I won't believe in fairies either. Ye of little faith. As the years clocked by, Laura became better organized, better presented, better equipped to tackle the challenge of a well-rounded development. This was no more obvious than in the wonderful world of her sporting efforts. Learning to swim is a real coming of age for us Australians. A lesson I was painfully aware when it came time for swimming lessons, as Laura was already lapping my measly little doggy paddle. Every sport, every physical activity, Laura was just leaps ahead, you know, on a bike. Soon she was in a gym as a coach. Really, it was quite astounding. She was teaching classes of younger kids at a very early age, even when she was a young teenager. So it was quite remarkable. I was not. Her ability in the pool, her stability in school, my fallibility in most areas of life, all served to highlight the contrast between us. More and more, my little sister was leaving me behind. And so our paths diverged for some time thereafter. We went our separate ways in life, in Laura's case, all the way here to Adelaide, where, as Mum pointed out, she leapt and bounded her way through her many current accomplishments, whereas I was just running around in circles. Now, given all the time and distance between us, it wasn't so easily to mentally capture these parting ways. And I must say, it hasn't even really been until Laura's relationship with Sean that I've really, come to realize how much of a handle she has on life. And even in fact these wedding shenanigans, I've seen her kind of carry that through with a certain dignity that I may not. But I say to you with the utmost sincerity and love, Laura, I'm really so proud of you. So proud of you. And with a similarly warm and fuzzy disposition, Sean, I turn to you and I say, I love you, man. I love your cheeky, good-natured, good-hearted nature. I love that I can call you brother. I love meeting your family this weekend, and I love that you lot seem like a natural extension of my own lot. It really is a beautiful fit. Brothers, sisters, mums and daddies, let us raise a drink to this now extended puddle of love. And most of all, to the splash from which we are all ripples, that is Laura and Sean. Laura, my little sister, who has moved mountains, who has married a mountain, and given the way I now look up to her, has become a mountain.
So next guy to step up is friends with Sean for as long as I can remember, and he's a fellow Irishman like myself. So I'd like to hand it over to Nitai Whelan.
Hi everybody, can you hear me? Guys, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying thank you to all the bridesmaids. These have been great crack with us groomsmen today, the 3 years, and you look absolutely gorgeous. But Laura, I think you look absolutely exceptional today. You've made the most amazing, glorious looking bride, and I know Sean is extremely lucky. The hardest part about making this speech and trying to find stories about Sean were stories that we could actually say in front of the camera. Because if you don't know, Sean has got the most mischievous nature and is up to all sorts of things. You have to watch him at all times. So I met Sean, we were about 6 or 7 at this summer football camp. And when I introduced myself to Sean, when I was about that height, Sean, in less than 30 seconds, had abbreviated my name to Nick a Banana, and in less than a minute, he had a whole chant with guys calling me Nick a Banana. And then we spent all of Sean's fun has been in good nature and has been well spirited, even though I question that sometimes. But then I didn't see Sean again because we were in different schools. I didn't see Sean again till the first day of secondary school. And we were about 12, and I walked into the classroom, and I was the table ahead of Sean, and I kind of recognised him, and I said, "What's your name?" And he said, "Sean Metcalf." And I said, "I'm Nitai Whelan," and his face lit up, and he was like, "Nick a banana! Nick a banana!" He got the whole chant all over again, like he just did it yesterday. And he's just been like that since I can remember, and we had to watch him the whole way through school. We spent every day in school together, and then we kind of went our separate ways when we were in college, but we spent every weekend together, and pretty much any other time that we got together, we were all together. All the lads, John and Darren and everybody who've all travelled from Ireland here. And we were out one night, and Sean decided, like, we all had to do shots. So we were like doing these sugary shots, and we were all wired to the moon. And the nightclub closes at 2:30, and then Sean decided he wasn't finished having his fun. So he decided to just do athletics. Oh, we got a taxi. We got a taxi back there. Sean decided he wasn't finished having fun at 2:30, so we decided we were going to jump up and scale all the walls in Lesson town. So we were all walking along these walls and trying to wrestle each other on about 6 inches, and we probably had an 18-foot drop either side. And if any one of us fell, we were gone for the night, and no doubt Sean would have probably run for the hills and left us there. And then when we kind of fast forward to about 5 a.m, we all started sobering up. And when we sobered up, we realised we had to make our way home. So we were ringing all the taxi men in Blessington, and we soon came to the conclusion that they had all gone to bed. And we were having to walk 20 kilometres back home on our own. So we walked for about half a mile, and I remember John was particularly wrecked. He was after coming down from Dublin that day, and he was almost dead at 4 a.m. So at 5:30, he was ready to go to bed on the road. And Sean then got this brainwave, and we could all see the lights just appear above his head, the big light bulb. And he ran back to John, and he was like, "Give me your phone, I know a taxi man." And we were like, "No, they're all closed, Sean." He's like, "No, Tiger Taxis, I know one." So he takes his phone, and he takes John's phone, and he runs up ahead, and he runs about 50 yards ahead, and he gets on the phone for 2 or 3 minutes, and then he comes running back to us. And I remember we were walking over Blessington Lakes right across the bridge, and the sun was starting to come up, and we realised we weren't going to get home till 10 a.m. or something crazy. And Tyg Metcalf shows up on the horizon in the people car. There's Tyg Metcalf there, everyone. Tyg gets woken up at 5 a.m. on Sunday morning when he's meant to be sleeping in after working for 6 days a week. And he comes and saves us, and Tyg pulls up, and as all of us would be, I mean, I wouldn't have got out of the bed, Tyg, but Tyg was not impressed with any of us. And when Tyg is such a gentleman, he expressed his displeasure to Sean, who was sitting in the front seat, and Sean then turned around to the rest of us, and he was like, "Lads, this isn't all right. We can't wake Tyg up." "Who rang Tyg?" And then he proceeded to read out 0877601 Lads, whose number is that? And then John was asleep in the back of the car, and John just woke up and he was like, "Lads, that's my number." And he fell back asleep. And then Sean turned around to Tyg and he said, "It was John Lawler." So Tyg, I want you to know to this day, 8 years later or something like that, John Lawler is an innocent party, and it was all Sean. But we got home in the end, thanks to Tyg, so thank you. The first time I met Laura then, Sean basically flew her halfway across the world to show her off to all of us. We were blown away because we brought Laura down to Tuddy's in Hollywood. And that was our local pub. That was as classy as we get, really. I only wear this, like, I don't look like this on Tuesday. And we set Laura down and we all gathered around, and we were telling Laura all the stories that I can't repeat here today because they're too descriptive of what Sean was like, and as horrified as Laura was at all of them, she just couldn't stop laughing at all of them, and that's when I knew, like, she was a great match, and they had a great nature together. And then the next morning, we brought Laura off, and we brought her up Church Mountain in Denard, and we showed her Wicklow. You can see all of Wicklow, the Blessington Lakes and Dunlavin, so where all of us were from. And I knew straight away, because the two of them showed up in like hiking gear, like they knew exactly what they were doing. The rest of us were all hungover in traffic. And I knew straight away that Laura, who looked like one of these Instagram models. She was just as much of a fitness enthusiast as Sean was. And I mean, for those of you who don't know, if you can't tell by looking at the man, he's a fitness enthusiast to the max. Before Sean jetted off to Australia 6 years ago, me and Sean used to go to the gym every day together. We used to spend pretty much all of our time together. And Sean used to leave work at like 6 or 7. He was working for Coca-Cola. And he used to collect me, and we'd go to the gym, we'd hit the weights, and then we'd go home and get up to Divilment, or Sean would get me in trouble. And I remember one night Sean never rang me, and it must have been like 10:30, and Sean rang me and was like, look, I'm really sorry, I got bogged down at work. And I said, oh look, it's alright, it's 10:30, I'm wrecked, do you want to just leave it, we'll go tomorrow. And he goes, no, come on, we'll go in, we'll hit shoulders out, you have to do shoulders. Right, okay, right. So he said, alright, so Sean rocked up then about 11:15 at night, and he collected me, we went into Dunlavin, we opened the lock on the gym up, we went in, turned the lights on, did our workout in about 20 minutes flat, and then Sean dropped me home after like a 19 or 20 hour day of working. And that really, whenever anybody asks me how committed Sean is, I mean, for those of you who don't know, he works about 90 hours a week. He works around the clock, and he still manages to take time to look after himself, to be part of the rugby, to be part of the GAA, to be part of the AFL whenever he gets a chance, but particularly rugby and Laura. And Laura, that's what you have to look forward to now, because he's going to show you the same commitment and the same discipline and all the rest. And I know you'll give it back to him because you're like far more mature. But you do have that to look forward to for the rest of your life through this marriage. You'll get the dedication and support. So everybody, that's me and Sean's story. I'd like to raise a toast to them. They look absolutely gorgeous today. Okay. When Sean left 6 years ago, he kind of broke all of our hearts because I went from spending every day with Sean to, you know, most of my friends then left the country. And in those 6 years, Sean has made amazing progress in his career and his love life and his sports achievements, not in any order. But Sean has made loads of friends here. He's made a new family here. So I just want to hand it over to one of Sean's very, very close friends here in Australia, who's like family to him as well, Val. Val has known Sean for 4 years. So Val, take it away, sir.
Before I met Sean, I was told Sean was a good Gaelic player. County player, I heard. So I said, I have to get him to play for Flinders. So he came out for the first few games. Some games he kicked 9 points, win us the game. Other games, Sean been hung over, he kicked 7 wides and lose us the game. But the next year I took over and I was coach. I said, I'll make Sean the captain. So I had my team talk. It was a good team talk, wasn't too bad. I wanted to get Sean pumped up. So I pulled Sean over. I said, Sean, I need you to be a leader out there today. I need you to be passionate. I want you to drive these boys on. I want you to win it for us. Sean was so passionate he got sent out for 2 minutes. And we lost the game. That's another story. But he's so passionate in everything he does. Like his weights, his work, his job, eating cream, everything. Together, Sean and Laura, you are an absolute awesome couple. Like, I'm so glad you asked me to do this today. Like, you're brilliant together, and you're going to have an awesome future together, traveling the world or whatever else you're doing. Just hang on 1 second. Where's Jersey? Laura, when you marry an Irishman, you're not just marrying him, you're marrying an Irish community. We all love you so much, Laura. It's a massive family.
Put it on!
There you go. I'm going to be finished now, and that music's going to go on in 5 minutes, and and we're gonna rock this dance floor. Load your glasses, I haven't got a drink. You alright? Only one toast, one last toast to the happily married couple, Sean and Laura
I haven't written a speech, but I'm pretty good at impromptu.
Lots of speech.
Emma Buxton will know about this because where is she? Yeah. Everywhere I go, I make an impromptu speech. Funny I should mention her. She's actually one of the most pivotal people in my life. We went to Alice Springs together because we were in the High Achievers program in uni, and we were there for a few weeks or a few months, however long it was, and that was probably the turning point in my life. I think after Alice Springs, I wrote down a list of what I wanted in a man, and it was various things, but Sean seemed to fit most of them. I think maybe 80% of our guests have travelled from interstate, overseas, everywhere. I won't thank you individually because there are so many of you, so thank you so much. It means the absolute world to us. My work girls have supported me through and through. I've been through a lot of hardships and they've been there through every step of the way, so thank you. Andrea Wilson, I'm not sure where she is.
I'm back here.
We love you, babe. She actually lost a daughter, but she also gained a daughter. She has been an absolute mum to me, and I can't be more grateful for her. Jen Brower, who every time I see her I cry because she's just done so much for me. And the Keyneses, Sinclair Pendle family. I think Mel Keynes, someone told me that Mel Keynes said, Laura is the Band-Aid of the Keynes family. Well, the Keyneses are the Band-Aid for me. They have just done everything for me. I'm so grateful. And by Keyneses, I mean Sinclair Pendles. You all know that. Thank you, everyone. My mum, this wouldn't have been possible without you. The Metcalfs came out yesterday and helped us with so much stuff. Yeah, I'm just truly grateful through and through. A quick mention to Debra and Brooke, who went through a really tough time and they were there through all of it. Thank you. And Sean. Love you.
Can we put a hand to the amazing bride? I'm one lucky man. No, again, short and sweet, we want people to enjoy the night. Thank you everyone for coming here from near and far. Jimmy Kelly, yeah, dressed well, Jimmy Kelly. No, but seriously, I moved all the way from Ireland. I had Irish family, Irish heritage, Irish friends. I moved halfway across the world, and since I've been in Adelaide, I met a beautiful bride, but also the extended family, and everyone's been more than welcoming. I see them all prepared, the smiles in the face. Always have a beer, always have a yarn. It's just been really, really comforting to have a family away from, family. No matter where it is, where you are, it's always good to have people that are welcoming. So I really appreciate the extended family that I have inherited from Laura, quite conveniently, from Bennett, Keynes, all of the above. It's okay. It's really been amazing, and from the understanding of politics, from agriculture, from everything, beer. I've learned a lot. Shiraz, actually. I've learned a lot of Shiraz. So it's been really, really amazing. I'd like to put a glass up to the Bennetts, to Steph. Actually, specifically Steph. Steph has been a little bit of a pillar, as she said, I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for animals, specifically Lucy. Yeah, but the other soft spot I have for is food, and one of those things is a good pav. And yeah, Steph used to entice me over for an old pav, you know, dessert. Yeah, it was quite. Oh, yeah, you can come over, have. Yeah, okay, yeah. No one else is eating it. I'll eat it, no problem. I don't look like this eating vegetables, guys. Yeah. Really. That was a joke on Nitai. Sorry, Nitai is actually he's vegetarian. We're just like just giving him a bit of shit. Eat meat. I'm only joking. Not really. But seriously, to everyone, I'm starting to waffle on. I'd like to thank the Metcalfs, Bennetts, you know, all the extended family, the Canes. One last thing. Wait. I'd like to thank everyone that's come near and far. I really want to have, we want everyone to have a great time. Enjoy your food, enjoy your wine, enjoy your beer, and enjoy good times, exactly how me and Laura met all those years ago. Alright, thanks. Alright, thanks guys, everyone.
I just realised I forgot to mention someone who is really important to me, which is Laura Elliott. Where are you?
Wait, one second.
She's actually my longest and most loyal friend. I think we met in year 2, which is how many years ago? I think it was about 21 years ago. And you are the most loyal friend. I love you to bits, and thank you so much for being here.
The bridesmaids look amazing. The bride's mother looks absolutely gorgeous. My mother looks absolutely amazing. My sisters, my God, amazing. All right. Cheers. And I'd like to say thank you for, as you said, 90% of my time I spend, you know, with rugby, everything. I'd like to actually thank the guys from work, you know, TopCon, rugby, you know, every aspect of life that. Thank you everyone for coming. Cheers. Oh, Laura looks lovely. I love Laura. She looks amazing.
Yeah.
always me and you, shaping up or shaping out. Check me in and check me out. Think of love, do you think of pain? You can tell me what you see. I will choose what I believe.
Okay, if the bridesmaids want to join in, then the groomsmen.
Got 2 hours before my flight. Love be on my side tonight. You're the reason that I feel so strong. The reason that I'm hanging on. You know you got me all the time. Well, did I keep running up on my
Okay, we'd like to get the mums and the dads up, please. The mums and the dads. Hands to the bride and groom. Right, lads, it's over to everyone now to dance floor, and it's outside, so make the most of it. Get dancing!
Awesome. Thank you so much.